MattieC Sports for you and me. It's a sports show about pretty much everything, but apparently all my fans and people are all hockey fans, so that's usually who I get on the show. So it's an honor to meet you. I know you have a busy schedule, but again, honored to meet up with you and be able to talk to you about women's hockey, which is a subject people should know about and need to know about. So um, I saw a bunch of your stats, and you're just stacked with a bunch of stuff. I mean, you've won multiple awards. You play for the best college hockey team on the planet because I like BU too. Um, so where did you start off? I mean, I saw you were at Tabor. That's one of the biggest schools around here for hockey. So let's start out there for you.
Okay. Oh, is it all started and everything, podcast and everything?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So where did I start out? I started out at Tabor. I was there for about 4 years or so. I lived there when I was 14. Um, yeah, I mean, I love Tabor. I loved being there. Um, yeah, it was a great school. And like I said, I moved away when I was 14 and then I went off to BU. And I mean, it's so weird right now. I've talked about it to so many people about how this is like my first time living at home and about like I want to say since I was before I was 14. So it's just been really weird during this whole like COVID coronavirus that this is the longest I've lived at home. So I'm trying to adjust to that and just kind of yeah figure all that stuff out. But Tabor was so great. I still have so many amazing friends, and I love going back to visit. It's a gorgeous school and a great campus, and it's like my second home.
Yeah, I mean, just the hockey there alone is big. I had a few friends in college that also went to Tabor, and they just said the program is very serious over there, and they take a lot of pride over there. I mean, for you, it must have been like a dream over there to just be introduced to that right away. And did you start hockey when you were 14, or did it later progress into that?
I started hockey when I was like, I want to say 6. I was on skates probably even before that. I actually started figure skating. And then I started playing hockey and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, Tabor was definitely a dream. And I was just really lucky to be able to attend that school and everything and have that opportunity in my life. It really helped me to kind of get to where I am now. And yeah, it was so great. I mean, like I said, it was such a great experience for me. Helped me grow up a little bit.
We never grow up, but
Nah.
but for I mean, you've been around pretty much. You've been Do you feel you've been fortunate enough to just be around the state of Massachusetts for everything you're doing right now? I mean, it seems like you're just like you started out at Tabor. I'm sure you're a Bruins fan. You got awarded what was it, the John Carlton Trophy?
Yeah, that was my senior year in high school. That was really cool.
So yeah, I mean, you just like I said, you racked up awards pretty much throughout your career, and again, then you moved on to BU. So I mean, what's it like to play at Walter Brown? What's it like playing in the Beanpot? I mean, it seems like a dream, like holding that little thing.
Yeah, I think that like you said, I'm kind of like a local kid and I grew up around here and I went to Tabor, which is right near the Cape, and then went to BU and now I'm playing for the Pride. And I mean, like I've always loved Boston and I always knew that I kind of wanted my life to be here and I wanted to play college hockey here. So um yeah, that's why I stayed and that's why I liked it. Just like I love the city. I mean, you talk to so many professional athletes that play for Boston and they never want to leave. They want to make their career and life here because uh, the community and just everybody just treats them so well and they're so loved. And it's such a sports community that um, you enjoy it. And there's just so many opportunities here for you to grow. And I mean, just throughout everything in COVID and like before that in the summer, I've just had so much access to everything. And I've had access to just the gym and just all of these things just because of my location. So that's also why I stayed. And I mean, we also have access to the best players in the whole country. So, I mean, I'm always competing against these amazing girls. So that's why I want to stay, because I know I'll be able to get better because of the people around me. And like you said, I mean, just Boston's so many sports. I mean, we have the Beanpot, we have Hockey East, we have just all these big tournaments around us, and it's just always great playing for where you grew up. And I mean, I always knew I wanted to play for a Boston school, and I always knew I wanted to be around here. So it's kind of bittersweet. It kind of all comes together, and just like a local girl, kind of growing up and being able to play for the place they grew up for is just, it's really awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing that, when, like, all these schools like Harvard and Northeastern and BC are so close to each other, and it's like their own territories. I mean, they all got, Harvard's got their own rink, Northeastern's got a rink, you guys, BC. I mean, you're all very close to each other, so it's like it's such a competitive, more rivals than all four of those teams are. You guys are really just, you guys play the hardest against them, I feel. I mean, when other teams come to town, I mean, I don't know, like when Notre Dame comes around or Michigan, like, did you guys have experiences with like tough teams out in the West or the Midwest, I should say?
Yeah, I mean, so we actually, they don't have a women's hockey team. So
Really? Oh, I thought
we the no, so we have a little bit small, like our league's a little bit smaller compared to the boys, but yeah, we play like WCHA teams like the Wisconsin, Minnesota out there. Um, so yeah, it just, like, it's great. The competition out there is amazing. I mean, those teams out there that are in WCHA, I mean, in the ECAC, we get to play them and stuff. And I mean, like women's hockey, the landscape of women's hockey is changing a lot, and the compete level across all Division 1 teams is really changing. And there's so many more girls coming up and playing hockey and wanting to fight for a spot on a team. So yeah, I mean, it's really great, but I mean, it's even better in Boston that there's just so many teams that have such good competition that we don't have to travel that far. And I mean, Hockey East is basically all New England, so it's just been really nice not having to travel out to like Minnesota and Wisconsin every weekend, or having to jump on a flight or take a 8-hour bus ride places, and we can just kind of go across the river and play a game or something.
Yeah, that's great to be, again, local and stuff like that. I mean, so Minnesota is pretty much just another Massachusetts with hockey wise. So it's great that you guys get to experience where they're at and like stuff like that. And it's great that, you're enjoying this part of the country, but also you can go see what they're like and what their competition's like, because they're pretty serious over there too. And I'm sure the women are just as competitive as the boys, of course.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. They have a great program, and I mean, there's so many great programs. So it's really good to see it. It's really awesome to watch women's hockey, the game kind of grow a little bit.
So going back with the Beanpot, now the Beanpot is played in BU, correct? At Walter Brown?
So for women's hockey, it switches every year. Like, so I know the men's play at the Garden, but we play at like each. So like Harvard, Northeastern, they all host one year. So
Oh,
last
okay.
year it was at BU, but I think next year it might be at Northeastern or BC. I don't remember. So it switches. So that's kind of cool because um, I would rather play at one of the like our home rinks, just because like, we get more support, we get more fans, and it's just more comfortable, playing
Gotcha.
in like your rink, or like in a rink that you're used to always playing at. So yeah.
And that's what I was going to ask, just because, I mean, the guys play at the Garden, so it's like I feel like, they could play the consolation game for the men, play the consolation game for the women, and championships for both at the Garden. I just don't see why the NCAA or the Hockey East wouldn't have that happen. To
Yeah, I mean,
whoever.
honestly, I think I think the way that it's set up is great, and I hope that they keep doing it like that just because, I mean, it's last year it was at BU and the stands were packed and, we were in our home rink, and I mean, when you get to play a home game, it's so much fun, like, I mean, I'd rather have more games at Walter Brown. I love playing at Walter Brown, and, um,
Beautiful rink.
yeah, it has a lot of history. It's definitely old, but, we love it. We love having our own space, and I mean, there's not that many women's and men's hockey teams throughout NCAA that have their own rinks, so, we're one of them, so we were really lucky during my time at BU to have our own space.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful rink, and again, very great time at that around that area. I mean, in college, I was around that area too, so it's very nice around that area.
Mhm,
Um,
definitely.
Going on to the big news. So now your number one pick in the first round for the Boston Pride. What was that like when you got that news?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that they were contacting me and they're talking about drafting me and I knew that they wanted to draft me, but I didn't really know um like where or when, and then they kind of called me like a week or so before the draft and they were like, they really wanted me to go play for them and they were like, like we're going to take you, like we're going to trade up all of our options and we're going to take you number 1 overall, and so that kind of showed to me that they were willing to kind of do anything to get me and that they really thought that I was going to be an asset to their team, and it just throughout all the places that I played, I've learned that like advice that I'd give kids that are going to look at college hockey or going to look at high school hockey is you want to be wanted. You want to coach, you want a staff that is willing to kind of do anything to get you. And I mean, that's how I felt at Tabor, that's how I felt at BU, and I felt like that at the Pride now, and it's just um like you want a coaching staff that's going to support you and try and make you like the best version of yourself, and that's I felt like was the environment I was going to get at the Pride, and I was going to get better and I was going to learn so much from the girls, so that's kind of why I decided, and it was a perfect fit. I mean, I'm going to school back in the city, I'm getting another degree, and um I'm living in the city, and it was like it was perfect. My family's from the South Shore and it just worked. So, yeah, everything kind of fell into place and it was like really surreal. And I still feel like I haven't processed it yet. And I still feel like I am trying to like enjoy everything and take everything step by step and like take it all in. But sometimes it's hard when your life is like always on the go. And I mean, I'm sure so many girls and anybody can kind of relate that um, you always want more and you're like always hungry for more. So like you're never really satisfied when people are like, you should just be so grateful. Like, look at all these amazing things you're doing. And I'm kind of like, well, I want more. So
Yeah,
um, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just I'm so grateful and I'm so happy that I get to stay in the city and where I'm from and close to home. So it's just like really, really perfect. Everything kind of is like fitting into place.
that's good. I mean, I'm from the South Shore too. Thank you. So I know exactly what it's like. And then we're literally like a 20-minute drive from Boston. So
Yeah.
yeah. So in going back to what you're doing, I mean, congratulations again on first picking the draft and going to school and doing all that stuff at the same time. That's awesome. So like it
Yeah.
seems like you're just on the go and you're a go getter, but it's not that easy to just pick up a pair of skates and just go. So what do you
Yeah. Yeah.
when does your season start? Are you guys or is the league unsure when they're gonna begin again?
So we kind of just started practicing like this week. We have some like optional skates and stuff, but they're talking about like a January start date. So
Oh,
we
okay.
kind of are like just trying to get our feet wet again and get on the ice. And I mean, we have 4 months, so you kind of don't want to burn yourself out before the season even starts. And I think right now that's like my main concern is trying to find like a healthy balance with being so busy with school and so busy with like my moving into the city. I'm like redoing my apartment and everything, so that's been pretty busy, and
Mhm.
um just trying to find time to train and like also spend time with family and friends. There's definitely like a balance that goes on, but having our January start date is kind of it's a bummer. Like I would love to start playing games next weekend, but it's also kind of nice because never in my life have I ever kind of had a fall where I'm not like going to a hockey rink on a Saturday or Sunday. Like this is my first time since I was like 5, which I don't even remember, that I have had like weekends off where I can kind of just like enjoy a Saturday and not have to be worrying about like, waking up at 8 and doing my pregame routine and all these things. Um, so yeah, our season's not starting till later. We started practicing this week. I think like the next 2 weeks, like mid-October, we have to start like our practices like officially start. They're like not really optional anymore. So yeah, I mean, it's we're transitioning in and everything's great. And the league is keeping us really safe. I mean, they're doing COVID testing weekly while we're at the rink, and they have all these protocols set up in the locker room and while we're on the ice. And yeah, they're doing a great job at keeping us safe. And I think it will be interesting to kind of just see. I mean, it's not really up to us. It's just up to like what's going on with the virus and
Right.
just all that stuff. So it's really out of our control. I mean, they're talking about all this stuff that's second wave in November. So it's really like a day-to-day thing, but our main goal right now is kind of just stay busy and work hard and just keep working at hockey. We're working on our skills right now, and we're going to kind of build up to kind of more team stuff. But I think it's just kind of getting on the ice again and feeling out our teammates and meeting our new teammates. And yeah, it was great. We had practice last night, and it was like our first kind of practice as a team, and all the girls are having so much fun. And yeah, it was super great.
That's awesome. And I'm glad you guys are like really transitioning into a safer part of hockey right now with the coronavirus. I mean, we saw it with the Bruins, we saw it with every team that was in the playoffs. You may see your fans on a TV, but they were playing like they were in a playoff game. It's not like it was a scrimmage like some people assumed.
Yeah,
But
yeah, you gotta keep us safe.
it's a tough thing right now with every sport. But going back to you, of course. So my next question to you really is, so back in my day, 2007, there wasn't, and I'm in a big sports town in Weymouth where, Charlie Coyle's from and a lot of hockey players are from, where there wasn't, there wasn't really women's hockey until a little bit after mine. So like there's pioneers like you that are inspiring girls to really take it serious and start to go around. I mean, I know a good friend of mine has a daughter, and she's a big hockey fan. I think she plays for BU Junior Terriers too, which is ironic. But I
Mhm.
mean, what's your advice to girls like that are just starting out, or they're really willing to start to play like high school hockey or transition to college hockey?
Yeah, I think like my biggest advice is kind of just have fun with it. I mean, I like you never want to get burnt out, and you always want to like going to the rink and like going to the gym is literally my favorite part of the day. Like it's something that I'm so passionate about, and I just like it's the time of the day where I put like all my stuff down, I put my phone down, I put my like everything going on in my life. I just forget about it, and I am able to kind of just be so present and so like focused in and like enjoy my time there and enjoy the girls in the team. And like I really think just my main, like I said, just have fun and keep working hard. And there's going to be so many ups and downs and so much adversity you face. I mean, we all have, I have. And through it all, I think you have to kind of see all the positives that you're getting out of it. And just love the game and love going to there. And just like it's there's going to be hard days, but then the days that are good are going to outweigh those bad days. And I think kind of like reflecting on that and knowing that those days may happen, and that like you don't want to be at the rink one day because it's just been a long day. Just kind of like flip that mindset and just be like, it's going to be hard, but I'm going to kind of get through this workout. And we have a game on the weekend. So yeah, I mean, just really enjoy it. And just like I I'm so happy that my parents put me into hockey, or like I chose hockey. I don't even know how our family got into hockey, but
Mhm.
I'm just so happy. The people I met, the lessons I've learned, I really don't think I would be kind of like where I am today, or kind of going to school, or where my career is taking me just in general in life, and the passions I have and the goals I have outside of hockey. I don't think that um, it would be here because of that sport. So I mean, have
It-
fun, enjoy every second, and take it all in, because you can only play for so long, right?
yeah,
So yeah.
I totally agree with you. I mean, I'm sure you were in my boat too, where, 5 o'clock practices, you're driving from somewhere and you go into a game at 7, but you got to leave early. It's a 2-hour drive. Like, that's the thing about hockey's a totally different aspect of sports and life. You have good conversations with your parents that, you seem to forget that your parents bought you these skates and you didn't even know how much they were. So it's like, it's the dedication from both parents and us. So um, my last question to you, Sammy, is what are your future goals and stuff after hockey life, with, whether you stay with the Pride for your whole career, or, you know, stuff
Yeah,
like
I
that?
mean, yeah, I get this question so much, and um, people one think I'm so crazy that I'm playing professional hockey right now and getting my doctorate degree. They're like, "How are you doing it?" I'm like, "You know what? You make time for things that are important in your life, and like this is something that I'm still passionate about and important." And I think that if I didn't have hockey, I don't think I would be able to do well in school, because that's been my whole life, is going to school and playing sports. So I think like goals after I'm done playing, I don't know how long I'm going to be playing for. I think it's just all dependent on when I'm kind of ready, when how long I want to play, and like when I'm ready to kind of maybe transition out of the game. But I mean, goals outside, I want to get my doctorate degree. I want to go be an OT. I want to see where I can grow in that field. I want to see if I can bring OT into sports, and kind of grow that profession. And I want to play professional hockey. I want to keep getting better, keep getting fitter and in shape, and um, better with my skills in hockey. And um, yeah, I mean, I have so many visions, but I could see myself coaching maybe. I could see myself maybe being a professor at a school or something, working in a hospital. I honestly don't really know, because I'm so like I need to get through this few years of schooling.
Now, remember, you
But
told me you're on the go.
yeah, on the go. So I don't know, like I could definitely see coaching in my future. I currently coach. I do a lot of youth stuff and youth camps, and I'm trying to get my own like camp and skills off the ground, but with so much going on, I'm trying to find time for that too. But it's because I love working with youth girls, and I like just high school girls in general, because I think that they need those role models in their life, because there's not that many in the South Shore. And
Absolutely.
like I grew up here, I want to give back. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to. Um, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things going up in my brain that I'm like that I see growth for and room for me to do. So we'll kind of see. I don't have a plan. I don't anything yet, but I'm just trying to get through like 2020, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Same. And it's good to have a brain like that, like to really like have visions and goals. And it seems like you're
Mhm.
doing the right ones. And some people just think these things and they don't like go after it or pursue it. And it seems like you're doing a great job with all that. So you get, I mean, again, you're right. I don't know how you do it with a doctorate degree. Be a professional hockey player, be um, a good person, and play with or coach youth, and having aspirations to be either a coach, professor, like everything. It seems like you got your life very well in shape to to build something good. So
Yeah, we'll
um
see. I mean, that's what people see, but people don't see like the frantic craziness. So, yeah.
well, Sammy, I appreciate your time, and I wish you the best of luck with everything. It's been a great talk with you, great fun talking about a new aspect of hockey that I didn't truly know behind the scenes. So thanks again for joining the show, and hopefully we can join again soon in January, and you can tell me how many goals you scored and that you're an all-star in the in the women's hockey league in there.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, I will talk to you. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.